Welcome to Ghoulish Gab, always spooky, always under 7 minutes. Today we're talking about some horror remakes that we like, just some random ones that we want to talk about. Remakes have been happening forever, they're going to keep happening, so just try to enjoy some of them. Uh, okay, first one I want to talk about is actually kind of a two for one, and that would be House of Wax. The
Okay.
Because there's two remakes. I lose my video.
Yeah.
That's cool. Okay. There's two remakes of House of Wax. The original movie was in the 30s. I don't remember exactly which year, but you've got the 1953 version with Vincent Price, which is a popular one as it is, and then the 2005 version, which only has Paris Hilton in it.
It
Um,
has Jared Padalecki too. I love both of
Maybe.
them.
But and they're both totally different movies, which is great. The Vincent Price one, you get a tale of, he's working at the wax museum. It gets burned down. He has to come back for revenge. So you have that whole angle of it. That one also has a young Charles Bronson as Igor and Carolyn Jones, famous for portraying Morticia Adams is in that as well too. But then in the 2005 version, you have a totally different story, which is more of just your college kids get stranded and they end up at a house of wax, which ends up being a really bad place. I don't know why my video keeps going out. Who cares? But of course, the famous Paris Hilton death, and they're both just tremendously wonderful movies, different and for different reasons. And both of them, I think, surpassed the very original one.
Um, yeah, I would agree. I did not know that it was a remake of a remake, but I've seen what I thought was the original, the 50s one with Vincent Price, and I enjoyed it. Enjoyed both. Um, I have for my first remake that I love is 13 Ghosts.
Oh yeah.
Again, two very different movies, like
Mm-hmm.
not the same at all. Different vibes, different times, but both movies are very enjoyable in the way that it's not, I mean, yes, it is a remake, but you feel like you're watching two totally. There are some remakes that you watch and you're like, oh, why did you even remake it? You could have just remastered the original.
Mm-hmm.
But I enjoy both of those movies a lot. Plus, can't go wrong with Matthew Lillard screaming at people. I
No,
deeply enjoy it.
that that movie benefits from the technology, the changes in technology, and all the things that they could do with just the basis of that story without redoing the same weird thing.
Yeah.
Again, I don't think you're going to hear a lot of pushback on that one. I think a lot of people also love that one. The next ones I want to talk about, because they ended up being sequels to the remakes, was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake from 2003, which when they announced that, I was kind of like, no, don't do it. But they managed to make a very grim and grimy updated version of it without trying to just do all of the exact same things. Jessica Biel was great in that. Arlie Ermy as the sheriff was a great addition. And then in 2006, there was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, the beginning, which was like a sequel, prequel to the remake, and that also ended up being good too. And I also enjoyed Texas Chainsaw 3D, which I think was the theatrical version of it. I don't know what they
I never saw that one.
released it. I like that one a lot too. Maybe the first two are a bit stronger. I think most people would say that, but I really enjoyed the third one. It was a little stupider, but it worked. It worked well.
I have 2019's Pet Cemetery on my list.
Okay.
And I think that part of it is it's still very true to Stephen King's book. It's actually truer to Stephen King's book than the 89 version. In the, child deaths that occur in that death. But I think a lot of that comes down to the casting. They did. I feel like with a lot of Stephen King movies and the Stephen King remakes, you end up with some cheesy casting, but this felt pretty perfect. And um, I can't remember. Is it Fred Gwynn, Herman Munster
In the original one, yeah.
in the original? Yep. And then they replaced they recast because that was Judd in the remake. It's done by John Lithgow, and that is a pretty pivotal role in the movie. And I think they both just executed it so well that I can't say no. It freaked me. The both movies freaked me out, but the 2019 version actually freaked me out more than the original did.
Yeah, I have to agree with you on the casting with Lithgow. That was great choice. Who else are you going to get? I enjoyed that one as well too. We're just about out of time here, so tell us in the comments about some of the remakes that you think are top notch and why. Tell us what you thought of our picks, and we'll revisit this topic again in the future because there's so many to talk about.